Luke, congratulations. The perfect group campaign. Absolutely ripped it up there. Just sum it up for us.
Yeah, it was a good group campaign for me. When I saw it on paper, I thought, wow, that's a tough group. You got Gary, who's really informed, Dirk, he has been playing really well, but unfortunately the injury is what would have cost him, and Steve, he's obviously in the top 64, really good player. So yeah, I thought, I got a really tough group here, and I'm thinking, at least win 2 of the 3, so to win 3 out of 3 is really good. I think I played really well, 300 averages, I've been consistent. So yeah, it was a tough game tonight, because also I really like Dirk, and he's struggling with an injury. It's not easy to play people when they're not at their best, because you feel like you've kind of won before you play him, but you never know, he could have turned and played really well. He's at that moment where I don't really know what to expect from Dirk. You don't really know what you're going to get because he's injured, so he could play really well and have no pressure on his shoulders, or he could feel the pain in his shoulders. So yeah, I didn't enjoy that win, of course, because I love playing Dirk at his best, because it's a great game. But I'm proud of the way I got through the group and into the last 16 now.
You touched on it there. How tough was it to prepare for this game? Because look, I know that you look at averages and stats, and Dirk hasn't been at his best, and that's not the Dirk that we know. And like you said there, you go up there expecting to beat him, the form you're in and the form he's in. So how tough is that to prepare for?
It's really tough, because obviously I knew I only needed 3 legs to get through. But I don't look at it like I want to win every game. I don't want to go into the last 16 losing a game. If I win the title, then I want to be unbeaten. I don't want to have won the title while losing a game. So I felt to myself, I really want to go on and win this game. But like you said, I know it was going to be tough, because you don't know what to expect, whether he'll be really good or the injury's going to affect him. But got the 3 legs on the board and relaxed, and I seem to play a lot better.
You touched on your 3 ton plus averages there. Gezi is also smashing it up. You two are on a potential collision course in the quarterfinals. I know there's still games to be done, but a potential repeat of the World Grand Prix final as well. Is that something that you've had a little look at?
It's one of them games that you'd love to play in, because it's obviously we're 2 of the informed players, and he's playing really well, I'm playing really well. I think everyone wants to see that game, don't they? It's one of them games nowadays everyone wants to watch. So yeah, I want to be in the last 16 importantly first, but of course getting to the quarterfinals, I know I might have to play him, but he's got a tough game against Gary. I've got a tough game against either Ryan or Nathan, so we've got a long way to go before we start worrying about that game.
Luke, many congratulations.
Thank you.
Luke, you've had some great games with Dirk over the last couple of years. Is it difficult in some ways to see him struggling so much?
It is. No professional would stand here and say, oh yeah, it's lovely to see someone struggle, because it's not. I don't want to see him struggle. It was clear that he was really struggling up there tonight, and he probably has done the whole tournament. So I really like Dirk. He's a lovely guy. He's a funny man. And it's a shame that he's come to this tournament with the struggles he's going through, because if he wasn't, then it would have been a completely different game. It would have been a much tougher game. I'd have been really trying hard to win 3 legs, but I felt like I could do it comfortably. So yeah, it's a shame that he's not in the best shape at the moment. But I feel like if he can get the right help with the shoulder and that, he'll be back. He'll be back playing better.
Does that make it in any way difficult for you approaching that game, or?
The only way it can make it difficult is like you just sort of don't really know what Dirk to expect. He might have relaxed a lot and played his best, or he might have struggled with his shoulder, so I don't know, but it does make it hard. But once I got the 3 legs, I relaxed and played my best stuff there, and I managed to claw the game back into a decent average. But I'm pleased with the way I played, and I'm looking forward to the last 16 now.
I'm sure you've had plenty of questions about this over the last couple of days, but how's it been the last few weeks since the win in Leicester?
It's been fantastic. It's something that I've worked my whole life for, so I have to go and enjoy the moment. It's been a crazy month. I think it's gone really quick. I can't believe it's been a month already. So, but yeah, I've worked really hard for that moment. So I've tried to enjoy it as much as I can. Obviously, it's hard being a dart player, because you win that, and all of a sudden you're playing again next week, and you're playing again the week after, and we're in 2 majors before I've won my last major title. So you can't really think about it too much. I'm just happy I got that first win, and who knows what can happen over the next 10 years. I might be able to win a lot more. I might never win again, but I think I'll win a lot more over the years. But it's going to take a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication to do it.
When you do win that major title, does it give you that feeling and that sort of craving to win another?
It does, because I think I feel like nothing can beat it now. You make a final. That was a great achievement. Where when you've won a major title, I feel like you either win again, or it never feels as sweet. So it changed your perspective on when you enter major tournaments, and getting that first one over the line it was definitely important for me, because now I can look forward to the future and work hard to win a lot more, because there's a lot of good players that it took so long for them to win. It took a long time to get there first, and there's a lot of players that haven't got there first. So, I was just thinking to myself, get that first, and then you can push on and win a lot more. So I'm really pleased that I got the first, and who knows what, like I said, what the future holds. Thank you.
Luke, how much of a boost do those 3 wins and performances give you going into the knockout phase?
The boost for me is not the performance-wise, it's more how I feel. I feel good. I think my throw's been really smooth. Sometimes they can be a little, everyone says, oh, you make it look so easy, but sometimes it can be a bit snatchy and pushy, and they still go in, but I feel good. My throw's really smooth, and I'm happy with my 3 performances. I think they've been really solid. They've not been exuberant and incredible like Gezi Price has been doing, but they've been solid. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the way it's gone, and I feel I can continue it.
Do you feel any sort of added expectation now that you are a major champion coming into these major events?
Not really, to be honest. I mean, if I did, it probably would have showed, but it hasn't. I feel really solid in my action. I took a bit of time off over the Pro Tours to get a bit of a break, and it seems to have worked out, because obviously you've got to be careful not to overdo it. I think sometimes you play so much darts that it feels really tough, and you start overdoing everything. You're playing too much, you don't enjoy it as much. I took a little break and stayed on the practice board, and I feel refreshed and ready to go again. Thank you.
Luke, when this draw first came out, a lot of people said this was the group of death. Did you share that assessment?
Yeah, but I think when you look at every group, you could say about 5 or 6 group of deaths, to be honest. There's so many good groups that, it was. I don't think I had it any harder than everyone else, but yeah, I think if you put it on paper, it was the group of death, of course. But I don't think everyone played like that. I think, everyone's doubles were a bit off. Only mine were good, so I think that's what got me through it. My doubles have been pretty decent in patches, and that's what I try and think that my games. That's what I try and improve my game on, is my doubles, because sometimes my Achilles over the last 18 months has been really good, and you compare that with my scoring, then I'm becoming a dangerous player.
You've played a few matches this year where you've not been at 100% on the Euro Tour a few weeks ago. So did you really feel for Dirk, who had an injury and was struggling a lot more than what you did with yours?
I mean, his is a lot different than mine. Mine was more like, I had a real sort of pain in my back, and it was a struggle, but I could still throw. It didn't hinder me, whereas his really is hindering him. Obviously, in your shoulder, it's all to do with that. So, yeah, his is a lot worse than mine is. It's hard for me to sympathise with him, because his is a lot worse than mine. It made it harder. But I can understand, like with my injury, I panicked I wasn't going to be able to throw properly for a long time. But I was able to get that final, didn't I? So, but yeah, it's not easy. I can imagine that it was a struggle for him, and you could tell by the way he was throwing that they weren't the same. So it wasn't. I didn't enjoy winning the game like I usually would, because he was struggling. But I got a job to do, and I wanted to win the group. So.
It's such a busy end of the year now that it was only 4 weeks ago that you lifted that World Grand Prix trophy, but it feels a lot longer. When you picked up that victory, is it sometimes hard to digest, because it is so busy with the European Championship, now this, and then Minehead, and of course the World Championship coming up in such a short space?
Yeah, I think it's more to do with the fact that letting it settle in. I think everyone says, like, as it settled in, if you realise, I don't know how you're supposed to feel, how you're supposed to have that moment where you go, the eureka moment where you think, wow, I've done it. I don't know. So I don't know when that's going to come. I think it might have come. I don't know. But I think that I worked hard the last 6-7 years to finally pick up that major title. And a lot of people said it was coming. It was going to happen, and it finally did. So yeah, I've worked really hard all my life for that moment. And maybe I'm just a hard worker, and I'm looking on to the next now. I've forgotten about it. As much as it'll always be in my memory, I'm looking to the future now. But it's a busy schedule now. And, I want another one before the year's out.
Cheers, Luke. Thank you.
Thank you.